Hello, lovely. I'm so delighted to be able to be here, especially because big news, we have welcomed our baby son, Ryu, into the world just this past week. And so I'm definitely in my postpartum bubble and receiving lots of loving support from the other realms, feeling my guides, feeling the just massive shift in energy. And so I suppose as I have little pockets of time joining my intimate circle on Dragon Song, still preparing for embodied elements, another course in 2025, and sharing these monthly messages, I wouldn't be surprised if the theme of some of my sharings are going to be evolving, as I can certainly feel that during the birth portal and the last year in experience has really shaped me a lot in my spiritual experiences and what's been coming through in channeling. So, without further ado, what are some of the messages I have for you this month that I feel are relevant? The first theme I have is about embodied power and the need to take action. Embodied power and the need to take action. And I'm really big into embodiment. If you've been following some of my podcasts or when I speak, I talk a lot about the importance of being grounded and the importance of embodiment. And to me, that means, when we actually bring into form whatever our ideas are, whatever our desires, whatever we are dreaming into reality, it's important that it takes form. And taking form in this physical reality on this earth as a human, as a human experience, there requires there to be that active component, that yang component, the masculine component even of embodiment. And there is a real action-taking piece that's required. It's not enough just to say, I do spiritual things, I think spiritual things, I am repeating my affirmations, I have good vibes, but there requires the change. An initiation of transformation requires that there actually be a different action. Change, transformation is a visible thing. So I invite you to really pay attention to, am I taking the required actions needed to support that power, which is energy, that I need in order to manifest and create the life that you want? And I want to also clarify that taking action doesn't need to be a huge, big thing. It can be as simple as making a choice, choosing to do something, choosing to let go of something, choosing to release someone. Choice is an action. So don't mistake me saying that action necessarily needs to be some big thing. Okay? Choice is really, really important. But embodied power requires you to take action. The second message I want to share is allowing confrontation to be a pathway to reconciliation, allowing confrontation to be a pathway to reconciliation. I've noticed that in some of my relations and people around me that there has been some conflict. There's been maybe a lot of conflict in the last couple of months, and for myself as well. We're all in relationships. We're in relation with ourselves. We're in relation with our loved ones, our partners, our family. But rather than getting stuck in the stories, because I'm really big on stories as well and rewriting stories, rather than being stuck in there and not being able to lift your head out of it, why don't we just look at everything as, look, we have this sticky point, we have this tension point, to allow us to say, okay, how can we reconcile this? Number one, how can we reconcile this within myself? What is being activated within myself? What am I not happy about? What boundary is being traversed for me? What is it that I desire? And then if you can switch places with the other person, right? Be in the shoes of the other person. Reconciliation, I think, is first and foremost most important for yourself. If you don't even know why you're being triggered and activated, then how can we reconcile? We need to be willing to be honest with ourselves. We need to be willing to go into the depths of this pattern that has been repeating for so long. Let's say a family story or relationship story, right? Something that you keep fighting about with your partner. What if we change that approach and we'd be like, is this a perpetual problem? We have to agree to disagree and find our tolerances, or is this something that we can resolve? And so every time, anytime, if there has been some tension, and I reckon that this message must be coming through because somebody who's listening to this needs to hear, rather than looking at that, just this argument again, the same topic. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater in that relationship. Look at that to say, how can I reconcile this? Let me look at myself. Be bold, take that action choice and say, let me look at myself and take that second step. How can I be in the other person's shoes? What is going on for them? What is it that we're reconciling? So, confrontation as a pathway to reconciliation. It's happening for you, not to you. And it's important to shift perspective on that so that you can glass half full and not glass half empty. The third message I have is probably very similar to a title of a movie that released a couple of years ago, the one with Michelle Yeoh. And the message is, everything is happening all at once. Everything everywhere is happening all at once. And I really felt that. I'm going to share something intimate. In the birth portal itself, when I felt I was so present in my body because it was very physical and something was happening. And yet I felt like I was outside, out there in the cosmos, literally with the planets and the stars, feeling that alignment, waiting for that perfect moment, which baby was going to come. And yet I felt so tethered to the earth as well. And it was like consciousness was everywhere all at once. And so if you do have a meditation practice, and I'm just going to call it meditation because we can do many things. We can be singing, we can be dancing, we can be meditatively jogging, cooking. There are many practices which we can be in that state in which we're connected to all that is. I invite you to pay attention to where you think you are. And so what if you practice being aware of your consciousness really literally inside the body and practicing that consciousness outside the body somewhere else in the universe? And I'm thinking of that movie Butterfly Effect, just because, like a butterfly flaps its wings over there, you change someone's life over there, like that kind of idea. I'm also getting that message as within, so without, as above, so below, right? It's like spirit is not outside of us. It's not literally inside of us, but everything is everywhere all at once. Our consciousness, our ability to be conscious as human beings is such a fascinating topic. So for your practice, I invite you, pay attention, like where is your mind? Where is your consciousness? Where can we project our consciousness? And what do we experience when the body is here, when the body is there? Because really, when we're transforming something, we're just moving an energy from here to there, from point A to point B. When we're releasing, aren't we? When we're manifesting, bringing something from over here and bringing it over here. So being aware of where your consciousness is, I think would be a wonderful little practice. And for your transmission this month, I don't know what the theme is. Maybe I just invite you to listen. I invite you to listen and to see how the sounds and song might move things in you. For those who are tuning in for the first time, it's not about the length of the transmission. It's about really just being present and noticing what it moves in you, right? I can tell you till the cows come home about what energy I'm channeling and what's happening, but it's for you to be aware of your consciousness, for you to develop your clairsenses, your awareness, for you to understand your own symbolic map, spiritual map, and the meaning that you may attribute to how these energies move things for you. So I invite you just to listen, and we will see what comes through. I leave you with love and so much light.